May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. We're looking at US dollar index. I want to stress something to you. The US dollar index is not something, it's not an asset that I trade. It is my bellwether. It is the bellwether for the rest of the markets. It is my indicator. All right. So one of the indicators that I just, I'm not an indicator guy, but I use the US dollar to uh, uh, give me guidance when it comes to trading FX pairs. Also, when trading the metals and the equity markets. Okay, so if it's bullish, that means it's a risk off. Usually means a risk off environment. All right, people are running to safe havens like the U.S. dollar, like gold, like the yen and all. But if the US dollar index is bearish, that means good things for the equity markets. That means the metals that are weighted against the US dollar, like gold, like silver, like platinum and copper, they'll probably be bullish as the US dollar is bearish. You understand? Uh, and the FX pairs, of course, they're uh, the the US dollar majors like the Euro USD, Pound USD, NZD USD, or rather the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, and the Aussie US dollar. They are going to be bullish if the US dollar is bearish. All right, and US dollar CAD, US dollar Swiss, and US dollar JPY or the yen, there will be bearish as the US dollar is bullish. Wait a minute, those assets will be bearish if the US dollar is showing weakness and is bearish. You understand? Okay, I think I said it right this time. Pardon me. So let's look at the US dollar index. If we just look at I'm looking at the quarterly. Look at the weekly. Why is that there? I don't know. All right. And what we can see is that the US dollar has broken some structure. All right. And we have on the weekly, we closed just above that high. Let me get a darker line there. All right. That usually means more bullishness to come. But when it's marginal like that, when price trades through and then comes back, you got to think price is not having the easiest time uh, breaking that high. All right. Now, when price takes out a swing high, I'm expecting price to pull back. I was looking for the price to pull back here and here when it came as it was coming up, but it did not pull back and as yet. And this is the highest one of this range. I'm thinking that pullback is coming. Let me tell you something. I'm guaranteeing you that the pullback is coming. Doesn't mean we start looking for shorts now. All right. Right now, we're going to be bullish until we see a break of structure to the opposite side. All right. A bearish break of structure. Until we see that, I'm not doing anything. But what we're going to notice is that we have a, a bullish fair value gap on the weekly. And do I expect price to come back down here and then continue higher? Not necessarily, because that's a pretty far cry. Why? Because this was a breakout. Uh, this was a breakaway gap that formed here. All right, with price trading through the high of the previous candle and closing uh, well above. So I'm looking for price to at least take out the next candle. I'm looking for price to at least uh, exceed that high. All right, it may wick past it, but I do believe that it will exceed that high if I can just find a reason. All right, thank you. All right, so actually, I just want to make that just a regular line. All right, so if we go to the daily, all right, so before I leave this, I want you to see something too. All right, if we go to the week, the monthly, uh, people will say, "Oh, look at that! We ran into a bearish fair value gap over here, a big old bearish fair value gap. Look at that!" No, no, no! Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. All right, price has already traded into this fair value gap, and once it hits once, that's it. We're done. All right. When price comes back up and it seems like, oh, it looked like it's inside that fair value gap and it's just respecting it. No, no, it's all it did was take out a swing high that was left behind. All right. Don't think it was already rebalanced. Don't think it was this fair value gap, because if we thought it was this fair value gap, we would have to think too that it took past, it went past this high, this touch here. All right, that rebalancement, and then it comes back a little bit deeper, and it's respecting that too. What about here? Same thing, right? No, no. What we're doing, we're taking out swing highs, and the swing highs, uh, you expect price to pull back after swing highs. All right, and that's what it did. Now price is pulled back into this balanced area already. So I don't think, I'm not looking at that at all. I'm looking at this swing high that it just took out, and this is why, because it's the highest of this trading range, that I believe the pullback is coming. I hope you follow me. All right, good. So uh, if we go to the daily, we can see price has formed. I'm looking for fair value gaps. Fair value gaps tell you what the order flow is going to be, or what it is, rather. And we have a small little bullish fair value gap there. Nothing that I would think price will come down to and respect, and continue higher. But I'm going to look for it. All right, it's very small, but I'm going to look to see what the reaction to price is once it gets here. But I think the draw on liquidity will be this weekly fair value gap, as price goes from an external. This is the external liquidity range, all right, to an internal liquidity range. From here, I would look for a price to continue higher. But uh, I expect some kind of reaction once it gets to this fair value gap. In either case, I do expect this to be the draw next week. And if we have a strong US dollar, if the US dollar is running strong, then I'm going to be looking for the opposite in the pairs, like Euro USD. I'm going to be looking for some more bearishness. Pound USD, I'm looking for more bearishness. In the equity markets, the S&P, the Nasdaq, the Dow, I'm going to be looking for price to make gains when the US dollar is pulling back. While the US dollar is continuing to show strength, I'm going to look for price to kind of go sideways like you saw on Friday, and maybe push a little higher in the equity markets. I hope you understand. I hope you get. If you have any questions, leave them in my comment section. I will answer all of my comments. I will respond to all my commenters for commenters or questions or whatever. All right, I welcome them, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.